In a world full of societal expectations, some women lead with purpose, rise through challenges, and define success on their own terms. Women of Worth, a mentorship series by Forbes India and L'Oréal Paris, brings together celebrated women who pass on their wisdom, shaping the future of their industries from pioneers to rising stars. This is more than advice, it's transformation. When women empower women, we all rise. Every voice echoes strength, and every choice shapes one's self-worth. In this segment, two voices meet: Raveena Tandon, an icon who defined an era, and Nitanshi Goel, a rising star. A conversation across generations where stories, struggle, and successes come together to inspire the future. Experience meets ambition, and the torch is passed with purpose.
So, Nitanshi, the couple of questions in one question.
Okay.
One is, what excites you the most in being within the industry during this whole era of the OTT space that we are in now?
I think it's very exciting because the stories have become much more personal, much more humanly. There's so much space for every kind of character to shine out there. No matter if the character is leading or supporting, when the audience relates with the character, they immediately get so much love. And secondly, being so young and see, because I've started young in the industry, I get so much time to learn a lot. Because through this journey, I'm getting to learn from you, so many actors that I get to work with, and everyone teaches me a lot. So I feel I have the time to learn, grow, and somewhere surprise myself on the way.
When we started young, we were actually very naive. But I think nowadays you kids are so aware of what's happening in the world. Maybe it's because of social media and the kind of, different channels that you have in life to learn and log in and everything. We didn't have that. We were straight from school into films.
Okay, Raveena ma'am, I have this question for you. How did you learn about the harsh truths about the industry, like in the hard way possible, and like how did you overcome it?
Every profession and everyday life offers you a new challenge, and how you overcome it also depends on what stability you have within yourself as a person. So it's not only in the industry. There is competition everywhere, there's rivalry everywhere, there is a struggle to reach the top everywhere. So I think what I would tell all you young ones, that life is a challenge, and every day you learn a new lesson. But there is a very basic thing that my father taught me when I was very young, and he used to say that, बेटा जब एक बच्चा चलना सीखता है ना, तो बहुत बार गिरता है, लेकिन वहां पसर के बैठ नहीं जाता, फिर उठता है और चलता है जब तक वो ठीक ठाक चलना नहीं सीखे. So that is something that you have to learn with it. How much ever you break or whenever you break, you have to learn to pick the pieces up and never quit and start all over again. Because you never know when your hard work pays off. It's very, very important to keep working hard and being focused on your goal. Because that goal is your ultimate where you have to reach. The rest, everything is distractions.
Has there ever been this situation where you have to let go of some big project because it didn't align with your values?
Yes, definitely. There are these sacrifices that one makes, but then this is a very individual choice. So I had a lot of rules and regulations for myself कि ये मेरी लक्ष्मण रेखा है और इससे पार मैं नहीं करूँगी. So I have definitely दिल पे पत्थर रख के said, okay, maybe something better will happen. But I have let go of films like that. You as an individual person is something that I want to ask, that what pushes you beyond your boundaries and to challenge yourself as a performer?
मैम एज अ पर्सन आई एम अ वेरी क्यूरियस पर्सन. मतलब मेरे अंदर की दिल की आवाज़ मुझसे पूछती रहती है कि इससे आगे what else can you discover, what more can you do, and plus it's the curiosity, it's and it has been from the beginning. जब मैं फिल्में भी देखती थी, मैं कोई भी फिल्म देखूँ, चाहे वो पीरियड ड्रामा हो, चाहे वो रोम कॉम हो, चाहे वो एक एक्शन फिल्म हो, इट ऑलवेज यूज टू पुश मी दैट आई वॉन्ट टू सी माई सेल्फ हियर. एंड व्हेन दैट ड्रीम कम्स, फिर उसके साथ साथ उसकी मेहनत भी साइड बाय साइड आती है कि अच्छा हाँ, अगर आपको म्यूजिकल फिल्म करनी है, सो देन यू स्टार्ट लर्न हाउ टू डांस एंड हाउ टू सिंग. सो मुझे उसमें
But you have
इंटरेस्ट भी
such a
बहुत था.
sweet voice. You must learn how to sing. You have such a sweet voice.
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू.
मिठास है आपकी आवाज में.
थैंक यू मैम. तो मैं बिल्कुल चाहती थी कि मुझे गाने गाने का भी शौक है, मुझे डांस करने का भी बहुत शौक है, तो क्यों ना मैं अपनी मेहनत ऐसी करूं कि जिस दिन मेरे पास अपॉर्चुनिटी आए कि यू नो देयर इज दिस म्यूजिकल फिल्म, आई एम ऑल सेट टू बी देयर. सो फॉर मी दैट क्यूरोसिटी कीप्स टेलिंग मी दैट येस आई हैव टू पुश माई बाउंड्रीज, एंड जितने भी सपने देखे हैं सारे पूरे करने हैं, क्योंकि मेहनत से सब पूरे हो जाते हैं. आई लव वॉचिंग इंटरव्यूज़ ऑफ ऑल ऑफ द एक्ट्रेसेस फ्रॉम योर जनरेशन ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम, बिकॉज आप सब में एक वो ना पर्सनैलिटी, सबकी अपनी अपनी पर्सनैलिटीज़ है, सबकी एक क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने का तरीका इतना अलग और इतना खास होता है. I was recently actually watching one of your interviews from the past, and I was like, oh my god, the kind of confidence and everything is there कि straight on you will answer whatever comes into your heart. लेकिन today sometimes शायद से इंसान उतना honesty से आंसर ना करे because they like कि ये चीज़ कैसे ली जाएगी या क्या होगा.
I have been like that, honestly. And I have learned the hard way sometimes to be very, careful of what I say. I have never been rude as a person.
True.
Because, see, there's a very thin line. Some people think being very blunt and on the face and,
agree.
brutally honest is how we are. I mean, we are very honest. But that's not the thing. There's a thin line that you draw, that, you have to have manners and probably be polite when you are talking to people. I mean, there are people who meet me now 30 years later, 35 years later and say, Raps, my God, you're the same. You've been the only one who's been completely consistent. Because what I was saying then in the 90s, if you pick up my interviews now, I'll probably be repeating the same sentences. So something about the genuinity of what you are as a human being, hold on to that, because that is very rare to find in today's world.
Thank you, ma'am.
So what is there in your heart? Yes, of course.
In a very polite, that is very true, because ma'am, when I meet people, of course, when someone is kind to me, it does make my day and it does teach me that this is how I have to be as a person. In fact, even when, like, for example, you or many senior actors, when they interact with me so kindly, I'm like, this is how I have to be as a person, no matter what situation comes in, to everybody out there. अगर मैं ऐसे सच्ची हूँ, तो मैं ऐसे ही आगे जाके ऐसे रहूँ और वो चीज़ बदलती ना रहे.
Absolutely. So, be kind, be compassionate, be genuine, be yourself, and be real always, because that ultimately pays off. Trust me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Lovely talking to you, Natasha.
Lovely speaking
All
to
the
you,
best.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
In this segment of Forbes India W Power, L'Oréal Paris Women of Worth, it's a meeting of fierce minds and fearless ambition. Radhika Gupta, a trailblazer in Indian finance and a symbol of resilience, joins Ahana Gautam, a rising force in the world of business. From lessons learned to leadership earned, this is a conversation where self-worth meets strategy and inspiration takes the lead.
So Radhika, what's that one mantra or mindset which has really helped you take tough decisions?
I'm naturally a very impatient person, and so there's a tendency to want to decide quickly. But I'm pushing myself in high stakes situations to go through more consultative processes, to seek out my board of advisors, board of directors, and this is all tough, right? Because people push you hard. When you seek advice on difficult issues, you hear things you don't want to hear. But it's been a challenge to myself over the last 2-3 years to actually slow down and take a lot more advice as a naturally extremely impatient person. So I'm trying to do that. Has there been a challenge which has made you pause and think, is this whole thing worth it? And how have you dealt with it?
When you are a founder, and I don't think it's something specific to me, every founder goes through it, that there are rejections every single day. And it's truly a roller coaster ride where there are these extremely low lows.
Yeah.
And the most powerful force I have experienced is purpose. And the why of at least starting Open Secret was that I really wanted to build India, which is a healthier nation. And it goes back to my own personal journey. I grew up as a very, very overweight kid, used to be sick all the time. And when I saw my niece, who's also type 1 diabetic, consuming the same junk products, it really made me think that what is the importance of this one wild, crazy life?
Yeah.
And I'm someone who has taken a seat in all these amazing educational institutes. If I don't bring a change, if I don't build for purpose, who will? So I should be the biggest risk taker. And value creation happens when you do tough things. I'm a big believer of that. So yeah, I'm here to solve some tough problems and create as much impact as I could. So Radhika, I'm sure you've been asked this question multiple times. You operate in a male-dominated industry, multiple stereotypes. Do you think you had to work extra hard to be where you are today? And what did it take to break all these glass ceilings?
Now, there are two kinds of stereotypes, glass ceilings, I feel there are. One comes from the external world where people just don't know you, you've got the mansplaining, you get so many questions when you're pregnant, God help. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff, right? I think the bigger set of challenges actually is the internal glass ceilings. Right? I believe the biggest glass ceiling for many women is the one that exists in their head. It's that fear, and I have gone through it. Now, sitting in a room where 14 other CEOs on a board are men, and I am a woman, and I have a legitimate point to make, but I am scared to speak. It's an internal glass ceiling. Those 14 other people will probably not say anything if I speak. Maybe some of them want my opinion. Maybe some of them will cut me off, and it'll trigger me further. That I have got to hold back. So I think the internal glass ceilings with me, because I had all these confidence issues, were very, very high. And it took me a lot of time to get over the internal glass ceilings. I've realized finally you've got to play your game your way, because that's the only way to be a champion at that game. So as I started owning who I am, I did the talk, A Girl with a Broken Neck. That really helped me get a lot of respect, totally out of the blue. But in general, owning your identity, owning who you are, and gradually a little bit of success in the business gives you confidence, gives you credibility. Now I would say gender is not part of the equation at all. Has there been a moment where you said no to something? It may have looked good on paper, but it didn't fit your value system. And did it teach you something?
I think saying no is so important. And as I'm growing older, I'm becoming more and more comfortable saying no. And it comes both in the professional life and the personal life. So even small things, we were working on this new product. People wanted apple cider vinegar for weight loss, and we created these tablets in cola and orange flavor. And someone said that if you want the fizz, you have to add artificial preservatives. You have to add sucralose because other brands have done it. And just saying, no, this is not who we are and what we stand for at Open Secret. And to all the R&D team, to all the manufacturers, that you go back to the drawing board, and we will never compromise on those values. And I've realized when you put constraints within the organization for the right things, you will always see amazing innovation happening out of it. So I have become a big believer that constraints are good. These no's are extremely valuable.
Today there's so many conversations about the choices people should make, whether it is work-life balance, working too hard, respect, culture, etc. And I finally think success is not absolute. Success is about waking up every day and feeling good. It's about having a workplace that you're so excited to go to that you can't wait to go to work from.
For me, I think the worth is equal to bringing your unapologetic, authentic self. I feel as women, we have been taught to please people. We've been taught to be a certain way. It was amazing to hear when you said that I'm this aggressive leader. And sometimes women are supposed to be motherly, and you are put into this mold. And I truly mean, when you think I'm worth it, it means whoever I am, the kind of person I am, I'm comfortable in my skin. This is the authentic version, and I'm gonna bring my authentic version to my work, to my home every single day. And I will not be judged for that. That is always a pleasure listening to you. And thank you for doing this, because as I was mentioning, I grew up in a small city in Bharatpur, and I'm sure there are thousands of girls in Bharatpur listening to you right now and dreaming about becoming super successful like you one day.
I think it was amazing. I am super excited that we did this together. We've known each other
Yes.
for some time. I've tried your products many, many times. I've followed your journey. Uh, and it's also a bit nostalgic to hear your answers to some of the questions, as I said, because they make me reflect on parts of my own journey that are now getting old and fuddy-duddy. And I think more stories like this, whether yours or mine, need to be shared.
In the final segment of Forbes India W Power, L'Oréal Paris Women of Worth, two voices from different generations of music come together. Neeti Mohan, bold, original, and true to her journey, meets Nishtha Sharma, a young artist discovering her voice and power. From personal stories to life lessons, this is a heartfelt conversation about music, identity, and what it truly means to know your worth.
Hi, Nishta.
Hello, ma'am.
It's so nice to see you. I remember seeing you when you were just 10 years old, and that's when we met for the first time. And this was one of the reality shows that we did.
Yes.
And from there, and now you're 18. How do you feel?
Ma'am, first of all, it's my honor that I'm sitting with you. And after all those years, I'm here chatting with you about my journey. When you are the one who has witnessed everything in my life, I think every little thing that I've done from the age of 10, I think I've been learning from you ever since. So I think I'm taking that with me and I'm working hard so that I can be better and I can just be on this constant focus कि मैं मेहनत करती रहूं और आपको और परिवार को प्राउड फील करवाऊं. I know that how you have moved from reality show, then you have done so many live shows with such big maestros. I just want to know कि आपको कब महसूस होता है that this is the time that you want to take a creative risk or you want to do something different for your audience.
Firstly, you should be excited about something. Like today, we are sitting, and this is the first time that we are calling this series as a mentor and a mentee relationship. I really believe in it because I've always believed that एक mentor life में ज़रूर चाहिए होता है because they guide you. Parents and family are there as a backbone, but somebody who is in the field and if they are telling you that yes, you are doing the right thing, that gives you a lot of confidence. That's why today we are doing this because this I believe in, and it excited me that I'll get to talk to you. So anything that I do, it has to firstly excite me. We are in a very different era now. When you started, when you were 10 years old, everything was just the medium on television mostly. Then arrived the digital era, and now a lot of validation or a lot of ऐसा लगता है कि if you have more likes, that means you're worth it. Do you think that inspires you कि likes आने चाहिए?
मुझे अपनी आवाज़ हर हाउसहोल्ड तक पहुंचानी है. I will use that medium. I will definitely post my songs, but with the intention that I want to do it. I am feeling happy with that music. So that's how I'm using my social media, and I'm trying my best with my parents' guidance to not get affected by likes and views, but I'm staying constant. Ma'am, I've seen you performing so many roles in your life. As a wife, as a mother, as a daughter, as a performer. I just want to know that when it's like the toughest day for you, what keeps you going? What do you do? What are those habits that makes you feel like, no, I have to get out of this and I have to get to work and I have to do better? How do you do it?
I think discipline really helps. If you are very focused, and I don't waste time on anything that doesn't mean anything to me. So I really, really have to stick to my time because that's so important for me to get my time with my son or my time with my music. So there are days when it's tough, but just that you have to stay focused. So Nishtha, you're 18 and you already have made choice. Okay, you already are a young woman, who's buzzing with energy, talent, and who's in a city like Mumbai, who has left Sultanpur. So what is something that is driving you, and how can it also inspire so many girls who want to be like you?
Ma'am, I think this entire concept goes on with the fact that I'm very passionate about what I want to do. My vision of my life for the next 20 to 30 years, I have thought everything. I may not be in the order, but I'm very sure what I want to do, what I want to achieve. And the only thing is this, that I also learned from you, is patience. When I came to Mumbai, fortunately, I texted you that, ma'am, I'm here. And you welcomed me so well and you gave me so much love. I want to take it forward as well. When I become big, I want to give that love to other women, to other people who want to make their names and become big. So that is coming from the belief that I have in myself.
That's amazing, because it's very important to know your worth, and that's what decides your choices.
Yes.
Also. So and the fact that we are women and we are able to make our own choices,
Yes.
and our self-worth is very
Yes.
important to us,
Yes.
because nobody else should decide what you want to do,
Yes.
how you want to be in your
Hmm.
career, and I think that's why women have to talk about this. We
Yes.
have to share it with other women who sometimes think twice that
Yes.
do I have self-worth?
Hmm.
Do I have to ask my father or my husband or my brother about this? But I feel like if you are in a very supportive environment, I think it'll just, your self-worth will be raised,
Yes.
and you
correct.
will be able to make your own choices.
Right.
And then you will realize you can do anything that you once set your heart on. Nishtha, it was so nice chatting with you. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है that when I meet you, the more maturity is there in you, more clarity is there, and you're this young, successful woman who's just up and onwards in her career. So I feel super proud,
Thank you
and
so much.
I just wish the best for you, and
Thank you so
may
much,
your
ma'am.
voice reach every corner of the world, and may you be the nightingale for all of us. God
Thank
bless
you so much, ma'am. I think I get emotional when I speak about you, when I hear you, when I see your videos. Every time I feel that immense deep respect for you, because you are just not a singer for me. You're genuinely somebody that I look up to. And please keep giving us the melodies that you give to the world, because that is what is inspiring me to become better every day. So thank you so much for doing this with me.
No, you always
Everything.
speak so well.
3 stories, 3 journeys, 1 powerful message. Your worth is yours to define. From icons to rising stars, today's conversations remind us that strength, success, and self-belief come in many forms. This has been Forbes India W Power L'Oreal Paris Women of Worth, where every voice matters and every choice shapes the future.